Morning, everyone. Today we'll be dealing with chapter 18, that is poverty, and we will be continuing with the topic. So, today's topic is based on food security. Okay, when we say food security, what does that mean? Okay, when we say food security, it means you get two square of a meal in a day. Okay, and also you get to save the food. Okay, it means that you have food for today as well as for tomorrow and day after tomorrow as well. Okay, so that is called as food security. When you have sufficient amount of food grain not only for one day but for say a week or a month, okay, can be termed as food security. And food security, okay, it implies availability of sufficient food grains to meet the domestic demand as well as access at the individual level to adequate food at affordable prices. Okay, so when we say food security means it should be available. Okay, there are three dimensions of food security, that is availability. If you have food grains, if food grains are available, then only will be able to be secure, right? So availability of food grains is much needed in a country or in a household. Okay, accessibility, are we able to get these food grains, okay, once they have been bought, okay, once they have been brought from the field, is it accessible? Are we able to get the food grains easily so that we will be able to secure it for a long period of time? Are we getting it? Okay, and number three is affordability. Okay, are we able to get the food grains at cheap rate or not? Okay, so that comes under affordability. Okay, so when we say food security, it means saving food grains, okay, not only for today but for the coming days as well, in order to meet the demand of the people as well as the family. Also, we have the Food and Agriculture Organization, which was established in 1983. Okay, according to which it defined, okay, ensuring that all the people at all times have both physical and economical access to food that they need, okay, in order to survive. Okay, so the food security has the following essential components. Okay, we will look one by one. Food security involves the availability of sufficient quantity and good quality of food. Okay, so for a food secure country or a food security, okay, or for food security, what we need is we need good amount, okay, or quantity of food grains, okay, so that it will be stored for a very long period of time. Okay, people have enough purchasing power so that they can acquire food they need. The access to food depends not only on household income but also on food prices. Okay, so the food grains should be set up in such rates so that people would be able to buy the food grains. Okay, it will not depend only on the household income. If you bring income, that doesn't mean that you'll get the food grain. Okay, the price of the food grain should also be set in such a way so that people will be able to buy and have their food. Okay, and even they can store for the next day, okay, or the coming days as well. Okay, so purchasing power should be made easier. Okay, next is food security ensures timely reliability, okay, and nutritional adequate supply of food on a long-term basis. Okay, food provide us with nutrition, provide us with energy. Okay, so food security, what it does is it secures, okay, or it ensures that not only not only one day, okay, we will eat and then we'll get nutrition and then we will not eat like that. It's not like that. Okay, food security ensures that you eat today, tomorrow, day after tomorrow, the weeks, the months, the year. Okay, it makes you ensure that you have food, okay, and you get the nutritional value and nutritional supply of food, okay, on a long-term basis. Okay, next, the last one is it also necessitates maintaining a buffer stock. Okay, buffer stock means storing food grains on a long basis. Okay, buffer stock so as to take care of natural calamities resulting in temporary shortages. Okay, buffer stock means storing the food grains at certain located areas. Okay, so what happens if you set up such kind of buffer stock? If you have any kind of natural disaster or any kind of natural calamities which is happening in the country or the state, what the government can do is they can provide the food grains through the buffer stock. Okay, who are food insecure people? Okay, so in India, okay, a large section of the people, they suffer from food insecurity. Okay, they don't get food on time and nutrition on time. Okay, so because of which they are considered as food insecure people. Okay, but the worst affected group, okay, which is mentioned in your textbook, are the landless people, okay, or people with little land to depend upon. Okay, people who do not have their own land, okay, and are landless, they are the most insecure people in terms of food. Okay, so besides this, okay, most of the people, traditional artisans, providers of traditional services, petty self-employed workers, destitutes, including beggars, okay, these can be included in the insecure people. Traditional artisans, with the advancement of technology, their work is not needed. Okay, people who provide traditional services, it's not needed in the Indian society now. Okay, petty self-employed workers, those who are self-employed, their businesses are running down, so they are the ones who are food insecure. Okay, destitutes, people who are not able to do their work, okay, because they don't have their hands, they don't have their legs. Okay, this would even include beggars. Okay, they are the one who are the most insecure people, food insecure people in the world today, and mostly with India. Okay, so in urban areas, the food insecure people are employed in a very low paid occupation. Okay, in urban areas, most of the people who are food insecure are people who are employed in a low paid job. Okay, so these workers largely engaged in several seasonal activities, okay, and are paid very low wages. Okay, so we have a certain age group, okay, or social groups who are food insecure. Number one, okay, people who have either little, low, or very low land productivity. Okay, when their cultivatable land is very small, they will not be able to earn much. Example, the SCs, STs, and the OBCs, etc. Okay, so these are the group of people which are prone to food insecurity. Okay, people affected by natural disasters who have migrated to other areas in search of work. Okay, people who are hit by natural disaster and they don't have any work, and so what they do is they migrate to other places. Okay, so these people are also the one who is likely to be affected, okay, by food insecurity. A large portion of pregnant and nursing mothers and children under the age of 5. Okay, so these are the group of people who will have food insecurity. Okay, so in states like Uttar Pradesh, okay, eastern and southeastern parts, okay, Bihar, Jharkhand, Odisha, West Bengal, Chhattisgarh, part of Madhya Pradesh, okay, and Maharashtra accounts to the largest number of food insecure people. Okay, so these are the states in India which accounts, okay, or have the largest number of food insecure people. Okay, so for food security, certain measures have been adopted by the government, okay, or should be followed, okay, by the government of India. Okay, number one is, okay, increasing food supply. Okay, under it you have number one, institutional measures. Okay, so in institutional measures, what we can do is various kind of land reforms, okay, which have been existed in India. For example, the zamindari system, for example, the system of intermediaries, the system of selling of land, okay, giving a tendency tents. Okay, so what you can do is we can remove all these kind of land reform measure which has been going on for a long period of time. Okay, when we remove this, okay, what we can do is we can set up institutional credit agencies. Okay, we can create agencies where they can lend money to the farmers, okay, and also provide them with cheap and adequate agricultural finance. Okay, large interest will not be charged on the credit that they take. Okay, only minimal uh, interest would be taken. Okay, and would also provide them with great facilities. Okay, building up strong marketing structure, okay, to ensure fair price to the farmers for their produce. Okay, if we make changes in this form, then the farmers would also be able to produce huge amount of products. Okay, number 2 is technological improvement. Okay, extending of irrigation facilities with technological improvement. Okay, and providing with high yielding variety seeds. Okay, if they provide this kind of seeds, they will be able to produce more food grain. Okay, and also provide chemical fertilizers for pesticides. Okay, at a subsidized price, at a very low price. Okay, so that every farmers would be able to access with this kind of chemical fertilizers and seeds. Okay, next we have the National Food Security Mission. So the Department of Agriculture and Cooperation, Ministry of Agriculture, okay, which was launched, okay, from 2007 to 2008. Okay, it was a centrally sponsored scheme called as the National Food Security Mission. Okay, so this mission was introduced mostly, okay, for the national development, okay, increase in the production of rice, wheat and pulses, okay, by 8, 9, okay, and 2 million tons. Okay, so this mission was introduced mostly to increase the food grains, okay, production of food grains at a very large rate. Okay, next we have the food management. Okay, under this there are 3 basic objectives. Okay, what they do is they will take the food grains from the farmers, okay, at reasonable prices, okay, so that the farmers will also benefit as well as the government will also benefit. Okay, and after they procure the food grains from the farmers, what they do is they distribute it. Okay, the food grains are distributed to the consumer, basically to those areas, okay, or to those sections of the society which are food insecure at affordable prices through the public distribution system. Okay, and number 3 is maintaining a buffer stock. Okay, keeping the food grains, okay, so that it can surpass or it can be used on a long-term basis. Okay, the instrument for food management, okay, are the minimum support prices and the central issue prices. Okay, so the main agencies take control of it, and it is being distributed by the Food Corporation of India. Okay, so there are 2 secure food security system. Okay, in India there are the buffer stock and public distribution. Okay, so what is this buffer stock? Okay, so this buffer stock, it is the stock of food grains, okay, namely wheat and grain procured from the government, okay, through the Food Corporation of India. Okay, so when we say buffer stock is being procured by the government. Okay, the Food Corporation of India, what it does is it will buy food grains from the farmers, okay, and it would be stored in government godams, okay, so that it would be later be dispatched to the people, okay, in the rural areas, okay, or maybe to the poverty stricken areas at low prices. Okay, and these are distributed by the public distribution system. Okay, they will procure it from the Food Corporation of India, okay, and then they will distribute it in fair price shops, okay, or ration shops, okay, so that people would come and get these food grains or would be able to access this from the ration shop. Okay, in these fair shops, okay, they keep food grains, sugar, kerosene oil for cooking. Okay, and these are sold to people at very cheap prices. Okay, so this National Food Security Act of 2013, okay, it was introduced in the year 2013, and it provided, okay, and its main aim was to provide food grains to approximately, okay, two-thirds of the Indian population, that is around 1.2 billion people, okay, and it came into force in September 2013. Okay, so this Food Security Act mainly focuses on providing, okay, food grain at subsidized rate, okay, to 1.2 billion people of India. Okay, and its salient features are, okay, 75 rural and 50% of the urban population are entitled for 3 years from the intake of 5 kg food grains per month, rice, wheat, and coarse grain. Okay, so 75% of the rural people and 50% of the urban population, okay, they are supposed to get food grains of 5 kg for 3 years. Okay, the state are responsible for determining the eligibility. So the state government, what they will do is they will take surveys, okay, of who is eligible for these food grains. Okay, after which they will be provided with that. Pregnant women or lactating mothers are entitled to a nutritious take-home ration of 600 calories and a maternity benefit of rupees 6,000 for 6 months. Okay, so pregnant women, what they can do is they can obtain this from this rule made by the government. Okay, what they can do is they can take away rations, okay, for 600 calories, okay, and maternity benefit for 6 months. Okay, they will be provided 600 calories of food grains, okay, in a month, and 6,000 rupees for 6 months. Children from 6 to 14 months, okay, what they can do is they can receive free hot meals and take home rations. Okay, the central government will provide funds to state in case of short supply of food grains. The current food grain allocation of the state will be protected by the central government at least for 6 months. Okay, so what the state government, it has to be distributed by the state government. So what the central government can do is they can at least protect, okay, for 6 months. The state government will provide food security allowances to beneficiary in case of non-supply of food grains. Okay, if they are not provided with food grains, okay, they can give some certain allowances to the people. Okay, the public distribution is to be reformed. Okay, reform should be made in the public distribution system so it will be easily accessible and would be able to reach to people. The eldest woman in the household, 18 years or above, is the head of the household for issuance of ration card. If an eldest woman, okay, or 18 years and above, okay, she is eligible to apply for a ration card. Okay, there will be district and state redress mechanism. Okay, both in the state as well as district level, they will be provided with this benefit. Okay, so the main features of this National Food Security Act is to reduce poverty and also to provide food grains to those people who are food insecure. Okay, so with this, okay, we will come to the end of this chapter. Okay, have a nice day.